Hey guys, today we are going to work with a yard sale find. I got this for $2. You'll see some grass and everything else coming out of this thing. I haven't touched it yet since I got it a couple of months ago. And it's really neat. It looks like a scroll. Another cute idea would have been to like a Santa's naughty and nice list on there. That would have been neat. But I really wanted to do something a little bit more fancy, or fancy to me. I'm calling this Shabby Chic. Like I said, I don't know all the terms, but to me, this is Shabby Chic. So I'm just marking how wide I need it in between those knobs. And then I'll draw out that line and then just cut the excess off. And then we'll attach it with some hot glue. And I put it on there to where you can still see that roll at the top. You'll see here in a second. So here we go. We're going to hot glue that on. Now, being that this piece has so many elements to it, I decided only to do one DIY for this video because I didn't want it like crazy long. And also, as I was going, I was kind of going with the flow, going with what I thought my eyes really enjoyed. I hope that makes sense. So see, here we're going to make sure we can still see that roll. So I'm going to push that in because I love that part about it. It's really pretty. I'm just going to hot glue on the rest. And that wallpaper I got from a thrift store for only $2. 2 huge rolls of it for $2. It's paintable. Really nice wallpaper. Now these popsicle sticks I got from Amazon, and we're going to hot glue 3 together. We're going to create our own cross. And I really want a nice thick cross for my piece. So we're going to get the other one on, and then we're going to move on to our other part of our cross. Now there's some, you can see like the slats right there. I kind of fill those in a little bit with some hot glue just to make sure my cross was nice and secure. Rub any excess off. Just making sure it don't fall apart or anything. It was just quicker for my video to use that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to mark and cut that down because I didn't want it over my piece. You see what I'm saying? It's going to go right at that line. This is an IOD lock and keyed mold. I get mine off Etsy. We're going to take some cornstarch. I also put the link to that mold into my description box. Now, the cornstarch is going to help our clay from sticking. And I do suggest, like, when you're doing this part, like squishing it down, I like to dab a little cornstarch on my fingers so it's not sticking to the clay as I'm smushing it in there. I forgot to do it this time. So as you'll see in a second, my fingers are sticking a little bit too much. And it kept pulling it up. So that's my little trick I like to do, is just put a little bit of cornstarch in my hands, and it really helps. So this is Peppy Clay. I think it's P-E-P-Y. I also get this off Etsy. It's really good clay. I stopped using clay for a while because every time I'd make something, it would just end up cracking. But I decided to give it one more shot. I got this stuff, and it's really good. So we're just going to see how my fingers just kept sticking and was pulling it up. So I was in the struggle bus a little bit right there, but I finally got it. See how we're just going to do the ends of that. We're not going to do that middle piece of the mold. Just the ends is all I wanted. It's really not this difficult. I was just having a time. It's all on me. So there we go. So we're going to take some Barely Art glue. This stuff is really good. I get mine from Mindless Crafting. I'll make sure to link that. I use this glue for a lot of things, not just paper crafting, and it works well. Holds up nicely. And it's got that fine tip on it, so that really helps in a lot of projects. So I'll make sure to link that too. Now we're going to use some Tight Bond wood glue. I get mine from Menards. If you don't have Menards, you can get it from Lowe's, Home Depot. I'm sure Amazon sells it. I will see if I can find it on Amazon, and then I will link that below as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to line up our stick as best we can right in the middle of that piece. But with me, nothing's ever even. So I do the best I can. Now that part across, you can see I kind of layered it a little bit to give it like a wave effect. Because I wanted my piece to have some character to it. So we're just going to wood glue that on there. I didn't want to do hot glue on this part because I really want this to be sturdy and stay for a while. And now we're going to take some oatmeal chalk paint. And we're going to paint our entire piece with that. I'm not going to show you that, all of that, I promise. Just a teeny bit. Look how pretty that color is, though. And it really helps your wallpaper pop. I know not everybody's going to have this wallpaper, but this is definitely for inspiration. Using what you have around, you know. Or, hey, if you can find a scroll piece like this, you can do that Santa's list like I was talking about. The naughty and nice. Maybe use your Cricut, put names going down it. That would be really neat. Now I'm taking some Mod Podge here and there. And I'm going to take some embossing powder, white. And I'm going to go over those parts. Because I really wanted a powdery look to some of it. You can't really see it too well in the video, but in person you can. It's got a nice powdery, I don't know, snowy look to it, I guess you could say. And then we'll take my hot gun. I also got that off Amazon. I will link that below too. Wait, was that Amazon? I know I have 2 hot guns. One was given to me. I'll make sure to find one on Amazon and link it. And there we go. Excuse me. So we're adding a little Mod Podge here and there, adding embossing powder. We just go back and forth with that. There we go. I showed too much. Alright, here's my heat gun. And we're just going to heat up the embossing powder. But I had to be very careful because that will melt the wallpaper. Because those heat guns get really hot. So I was trying to be very careful. Not leaving it in one spot too long. So as you can see, I'm like, zooming all over it. Making sure not to stay in one spot. I really hope you guys enjoy this piece. Hopefully it's shabby like I'm thinking. I'm not really good with that kind of stuff, but I'm thinking it's shabby look to it. So now we're taking some white paint and we're going to go over our piece, or a cross piece. Because I really wanted that to stand out. Hopefully this will inspire you guys to look around your stash and see what you have and what you can create for your Christmas decor. Now what I'm doing is taking a sponge with that same white paint and we're going to go over our full piece to bring out some of those indentions, and it's going to really make it pop. All of that decoration. I can't figure out my words today, oh Lord. We haven't slept much around here, so bear with me. You'll have to let me know in comments what you think about this, and if you're new, please consider subscribing and sticking around. See how that really makes that pop? And this wallpaper really paints well. It's so easy to paint on. Now we're going to take some moss and we're going to add that to the top. So I guess you could say it's going to be like a rustic-y, shabby, something or another. Y'all have to tell me. We're just going to hot glue some moss on. Just going to put a bunch of hot glue on there and then slap that on there. Trim it down so it's not so crazy. Chandler, can you please stop? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. He's in a bad mood today. And there we go. Now this was actually, I've got a yard sale with my neighbors. It actually was supposed to go in the hair. It had some flowers on it. And I think it's called like a barrette for you can put in your hair. But I took that off, the flowers off, and I'm using it in this piece to give it that shabby look. I saw there was a little holes right there, so I wanted to add just a little bit more moss. Because I wanted some of that to at least show. If my camera shakes, I'm sorry. Sometimes it gets really hard to do without hitting it and stuff. Because it's literally right next to me. So I'm sorry about that. See, we're just going to trim it up, clean it up a little bit. Now, I got these pearl beads for free. I had 2 different friends give me some. So I got a bunch, and I love it. They're very, very thin, like pearl bead strands, I guess you could say. We're going to pop that on there. I told y'all, this has got a lot of elements to it because I just kept going until my heart was fully happy. Now we're going to take some more of that, make loops, and put on the top where that big bow is. So you can see there's already yarn loops there, but I really wanted more of that shabby coming through. So we're going to add some up there. And I actually remembered my finger protector today. Didn't want to burn my finger today. So we're just going to hot glue those on. And it's okay because you're not going to see it because we're going to add some Christmas bells. So here's our white Christmas bells. We're going to add 3 of those. We're almost done, I promise. I appreciate y'all sticking around. I just really hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, now these are little pearl pieces. I think they came off Amazon. You get like a little kit of them. I think it was Amazon. I can't remember. I'll look and see if I can find them for y'all. If I can, I'll put the link in the description box. So now we're going to take some of this metallic pure gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my finger and I'm going to brush it over in certain spots of my little decor piece. Make some areas pop. I don't mind getting my fingers dirty. I felt like this would be easier than you trying to use a brush, because the brush you don't have as much control of where it's going to go. With my finger, I felt more in control. So we're just going to brush that pure gold here and there. You'll see it more on the end when it's done, because I didn't want to make y'all sit and watch through all of that. So now we're going to add some shimmer. This is Rust-Oleum glitter. I get mine from Menards, but I know Amazon sells it. I've been linking it in my other videos, so I will link it again. This stuff is amazing. It's made for walls, but I use it in tons of projects. I've had it for months. So I will link that as well. You can also get rose gold, harvest gold, silver, and I'm sure like Lowe's and Home Depot would have it too. The only color I've seen on Amazon is this color, the clear. So we're just going to brush it here and there. And I end up doing the background because I really love this shimmer. I love a shimmer at Christmas. Now these are letters I got from Dollar General months ago. And we're going to use those. We're going to spell out joy. But what I do is I take that pure gold and I do paint those off camera. Because I didn't want silver with my gold. I wanted everything to match and look cohesive. Just seeing where I want it. And then we're going to take our Barely Art glue. And we're going to glue down our letters. Too easy. We're almost done. Like I said, this is just for inspiration. I hope it inspires you. I hope you guys love it. I don't do Shabby Chic a lot, but I hope I did okay on this one. And here it is, y'all. I hope you guys love this. I think it came out okay. Thank you guys so much for being here and sticking around and watching my videos and helping me grow. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.